The history of the Scimitar. The Riemann Warbird Scimitar was a massively heavily armored dreadnought. It was constructed under the command of Shinzon as part of a secret plot to overthrow the Romulan Senate, defeat the United Federation of Planets, and liberate the subjective natives of Remus. Its length was 890 meters, beam 1,350 meters, speed at least warp 9.7, armament 52 pulse disruptor cannons, 27 photon torpedo launchers, Thalaron cascading biogenic pulse weapon, defenses, primary and secondary shields, highly advanced cloaking device. Built at a secret base, the Scimitar was the keystone of Shinzon's plot to assassinate the Romulan Senate and assume the role of Praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, something he could not have achieved without the support of the Romulan military. The Scimitar helped prove the Shinzon's ambitions of attacking the Federation and ending the period of peace that had frustrated some Romulan generals. The Scimitar inflicted severe damage on the USS Enterprise E and the Romulan reinforcements during the battle in the Bazin Rift. When Picard of the Enterprise made a successful attempt to collide his vessel with the Scimitar, the Riemann Warbird was crippled. As Shinzon made a last-ditch effort to inflict even more damage, a powerful destructive Thalaron generator aboard the ship was powered up. Though Captain Picard boarded the vessel in a failed attempt to disable the weapon, Lieutenant Commander Data of the Enterprise managed to board the Scimitar, where he transported Picard off the ship. Data fired his hand phaser into the Thalaron intermix chamber only 2 seconds before the weapon would have fired. This caused a chain reaction which destroyed the ship and Data along with it. Cloaking technology. The Scimitar's cloaking device was, in the words of Geordi LaForge, perfect. It emits no tachyons and left no residual antiprotons, the two ways that cloaked ships could be tracked and located. Thus, when cloaked, the Scimitar was virtually impossible to find. Only a chance hit by an opposing ship's weapons or by targeting where the Scimitar's shots came from would reveal its location. The Scimitar could even deploy its weapons and deflector shields and travel at high warp speeds while cloaked. Actions with less advanced cloaking technology necessitated decloaking or reducing the effectiveness of the cloaking. Its maximum warp factor when cloaked was more than that of Starfleet's Sovereign-class starship. Weaponry and military equipment. Having been designed for war, the Scimitar had 52 disruptor banks and 27 photon torpedo bays. It was thus ready for nearly any battle, carrying roughly 5 times the armament of any other single starship. The powerful Thalaron radiation weapon, with which it was also equipped, was capable of stripping the life off a planet in a matter of seconds, though it took 7 minutes to prepare. The Scimitar also held a large complement of Scorpion-class attack fighters. Shielding technology. The Scimitar had primary and secondary shields. This allowed for twice the protection, giving it a backup shield even against the USS Enterprise E and 2 Valor-class Warbirds. The Scimitar still had the obvious advantage. The bridge of the Scimitar was radically different in design from any other vessel, though it did share the same basic layout as most Romulan starships. In the center of the room was located the chair of the vessel's commanding officer. Behind his chair, both to the right and left, were consoles that required the operators to stand up. Directly in front of the captain's chair were 2 more stations. The captain's chair itself contained a built-in replicator for the command officer's needs. The shuttle bay of the Scimitar was a large area over 2 decks. It featured several Scorpion-class attack fighters. The shuttle bay was completely destroyed when the saucer section of the Enterprise E crashed into the Scimitar. Background information. After an initial description of the Scimitar as magnificent, the shooting script for Star Trek Nemesis introduced the craft with the following description. Our first sight of the incredible ship is absolutely breathtaking. Shinzon's vessel combines the clean lines of a traditional Romulan warbird with unique weapons and styling. It is huge, easily twice as large as the Enterprise, and aggressive, awesome in power.